Our Tuesday afternoon continues on RiverBender.com and Roku TV. We're here at Villa Rose celebrating their 40th anniversary. Family-owned, 40 years in senior living is pretty unheard of. And Macey, you've been here, you were saying during the break, about 6 years now.
Almost 6 years,
and
yes.
now recently kitchen manager.
Kitchen manager, yes.
Well, take me back to 6 years ago. Take me through your journey with Villa Rose. It sounds like an interesting one.
Very interesting. When I came to Villa Rose, I was 19, and I came here as their activities director to do activities with them. It was COVID, and there wasn't super much I could do with them, but I did it, and we made it through the process. A couple of years in, Cindy says they need a housekeeping manager. I was like, okay, maybe I can do housekeeping, and I am a clean freak, so I thought that'd be great. And I took the housekeeping manager position. I've been doing that for about 3 years. We have been thrown a major curveball, bump in the road, if you will, and our kitchen manager has gone downhill with some illnesses. So I stepped in the kitchen just with some management skills. I didn't really know what was going on in the kitchen, but I knew that I could manage people. I knew that I could go over there and make sure they're showing up to work every day and doing their job. And so I did. That's what I started doing. I've kind of fallen in love with the kitchen.
No kidding, in that short period of time?
Yeah, so I was there for about a month, and there's a lot of people over there. You're serving the residents in a completely different way. So I'm excited to get over there and make some big changes so that our residents can have their 3 meals a day, because that is the most important part of being here at Villa Rose, is that they are served their food and they are happy with the food that they are being served.
Well, and now, as we're talking about that, what are some of those early kind of, not curveballs, but learning lessons that you've had along the way? Because honestly, you have the toughest job. That's a pretty tough job.
Some of them have been silly things. So just Sunday, I call Cindy and I say, Cindy, we're out of mayonnaise. And I was like, the residents are having catfish for lunch. And who wants catfish without tartar sauce?
Right.
So we're out of mayonnaise, and I need a gallon of mayonnaise to make all this tartar sauce. And she says, okay, what about the little bottles of Hellmann's we have? And so some of those little things thinking outside of the box, as much as it sucks to empty 10 bottles of Hellmann's, I will do that. And so I start dumping mayonnaise into a container to make tartar sauce. It's really all silly things, but I have to learn those little things to be able to run the kitchen.
Well, and to be able to make those adaptations and changes, on the fly, like in your roles here a couple of times, you have to really love being here.
I do love being here. I love the seniors. I sometimes, even not too long ago, I was working weekends with them. I love to come in and be here with them. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Well, did you ever expect to be here this long at Villa Rose?
No.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
When I came here to Villa Rose, I told myself that I would be here until I got through college.
Wow.
And then
How long was college ago?
6 years. Yes, so I didn't even continue going to college. I was working with seniors when I came here, but part-time.
Yeah.
And then I came here to work full-time and kind of gave up college a little bit, and I love them, so I'm here.
Well, and I would, just from the folks I've talked to all the way across the board today, it's just so refreshing to be in a senior living environment that's not sterile. Where it's like I gotta put on the little nets around my shoes to walk into the lobby. It's home.
Yes, our building is homey and our building is clean, and
it looks beautiful.
You don't walk in our building and feel like you're in a hospital setting or an institutionalized setting.
Right.
It is homey, and it does feel like home to them.
Well, and that's such an important conversation for seniors. When their kids are talking to them about that, next chapter, what's it look like? And home is
there are so many places that they walk into and they feel like they're in an institution
100%.
or they're in a hospital,
Yeah.
whereas here you walk in, especially for that older generation, they walk into this building that was built 40 years ago,
right,
and they're like, oh my gosh, this feels like home. It does feel like home to them.
Well, and honestly, just getting the sense from you and everyone else, the family-owned environment is really what makes you guys thrive.
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
Well, I got to ask you, because we got a couple of minutes, what was your greatest activity day as activity director almost 6 years ago?
Vegas Day.
Vegas Day? Were we gambling here?
We were. We decided that it was mid-COVID and it was anniversary week 6 years ago, and we were looking for something fun and out of the box to do with them. And we were like, what about a casino day? And so we set up all these different tables with all kinds of different casino games, and they got fake money for playing. And then at the end of the day, they were able to use their fake money to buy prizes, and it was neat.
That's really cool.
They love those kind of things.
Well, and as we're chatting it up here, when it comes to food service, what's your favorite aspect about managing the kitchen? Because it's not what people think. I mean, there's a whole gamut of different operations and tasks you have every day.
The amount of things I've learned since being in the kitchen, it is a different environment. But my favorite part about being in the kitchen is people.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is there a favorite meal that you have? Like, it doesn't have to be specific dish, but is it like a breakfast, lunch, or dinner that you're like, you know what, we're ready for this one always?
That's interesting. Breakfast.
Really? Okay.
Breakfast is easy. I know the cooks. I know the cooks are gonna. So breakfast, the rotation isn't as broad as everything else, and I know the cooks are gonna come to work and do their jobs, and I don't have to worry about them with breakfast. I come in every day at 8:30. Breakfast is already done, being served, out the door. Breakfast is good to go. They immediately start asking me stuff about lunch. We're immediately moved on to lunch.
Now, at this point in time, do you feel more and more comfortable in your role as kitchen manager?
Yeah, I do feel comfortable because John is here to help me.
Yeah.
So John came back from retirement specifically to train a new food manager. I didn't think it would be me. I thought I would be in the housekeeping department, but John is a big help. So John was here for a long time, and he knows what he's doing in the kitchen.
This is so cool. Well, and like today, I gotta ask you this: whenever you're preparing for this volume, of people and food and different things, then you still have the residents to take care of too.
Yes.
How much organizing goes into just today alone?
Too much.
Doesn't funny, yeah.
So when I say everybody's super stressed this morning, and I said, guys, you cannot let it stress you out this much.
Yeah.
We have been working on this since January.
Gotcha.
All of those little things, all the little things that we've talked about since January are all going to fall together today.
Yep.
Don't let it stress you out like that. And as you see, it has.
Yeah.
It's all come together. The food's on the line. Everything's out. It's good to go.
You guys were successful, to say the least.
Once again.
Well, and what's your message to the public today as we're celebrating your guys' 40th anniversary?
Villa Rose is a good place to be. If you have seniors in your life that you're looking for a place for them to be, Villa Rose is a good place. People here care about the seniors, and that's what we do here.
Or if you're a senior out there.
Or if you're a senior out there.
Next chapter, I'm telling you, I'm blown away by just the space itself. The amount of space you have is incredible.
We have a lot of space here. That's something that a lot of communities in our area don't have.
No, it's just, it blows your mind just looking at this.
We have a chapel and an activity room, the lobby.
Yeah.
We have a lot of space here in our building.
Just incredible. And Macey, it's been great talking with you. Best of luck throughout the rest of the day, and dinner service still is going to be around the corner.
Yes.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with more conversations from the 40th next on RiverBender.